Criminal to deliver the spoils of industry. Crimson are the rivers, bleed our grief into the sea. Steam train running on a restless rail, speeding right into the rising gale. Shovel harder 'cause we're on your tail.
Hello and welcome to tonight's episode of Blades in the Dark, the Blackwater Exchange. This is a show about a group of audacious career criminals and their attempts to claw power and climb to the top in the murky streets of Doskvol. So, picking up where we last left off, quite a bloody session last time.
We should do it.
Twas.
Yeah, we should do quite a detailed catch up given the audio issues last time,
That is true,
very
yes,
true.
which are now fixed.
which I know fixed.
Awesome. So we had some technical issues. You might have seen it. Dan, you did put a little preamble explaining what happened last week. What did happen last week? Last week, you guys, let me check my notes. The main thing, I think, is you come under attack. So you were given the information on some rather tough or rather potentially good assets to your crew, which you got that by basically doing a favour, bribing a corrupt judge.
Mm-hmm. You can see the details of the crew if you follow us on Twitter. I've recently released a post this week, so you can see all the details, what they got discharged for,
exactly.
And all the details are on there.
Yeah, the discharge, how long they spent in prison, and the judge's notes on them.
And the Twitter is at Gilder Gaming. There's no TV on the Twitter. It's just at Gilder Gaming.
At Gilder Gaming.
Yeah,
check it out. Loads of stuff on there.
I think so.
So you got that information. So the plan then basically was to find out where these people are.
Yep.
And convince them to join your gang.
Yes.
So a couple of them you found, like one was at Deathland Scavengers, he's not in the city currently.
Yep.
Someone else is associated with the Red Sashes. But it was a bit of a less archetypical score, a bit of an unusual score. It wasn't really an official score per se, but rather a kind of like a free play stroke score session where you did do some rolls. There was
most of the action happened in the free play because, like Matt said, we came under attack.
You did come under attack. So, first thing that happened was, after you got that information, it was during downtime, or the entanglements, was you come under attack by an unknown gang. You think it might have been the Vultures from the brief glimpses you caught, and as you've recently taken some territory off them, it kind of makes sense, but they didn't attack the territory you'd taken. This unknown gang, attacked the Silken Noose. Unfortunately, on 2 dice, they critted.
For the engagement,
so they did it with great effect, and it basically went exactly to plan, which is, whoever they were, what you found is that the Silken Noose, your base operations, have been, not your lair, but your main base, have been set on fire. One of your 2 cab drivers, Drav, had been shot and killed, and the cab had been set on fire, so you've lost a gang member and lost an asset, unfortunately. About 8 of your regulars have been killed, your place has been smashed up, and you found that one of your machines had been stolen.
Yes.
Which you found as you were cleaning it up and getting it back together. You had another run-in with Hemlock, who basically come and said, "I told you so." He's still got a deal on the table, it looks like, where he wants you to turn over on a bigger gang. So you decided you need more manpower. You've got some manpower, but you need some more. And you did that by going after 2 of the Acrosian, I believe. Was it Acrosian? One was definitely Acrosian.
I tried going after the 2 Acrosians.
That's it.
Dan went off after the Victoria O'Donnell from the Dagger Isles.
Yeah, Tombstone.
So I went first of all after Jane Churchill, who is nicknamed Mad Jane.
So Mad Jane, you went after Mad Jane. She's a lifelong army veteran. She's been in the army for about 20 years. She can't stop fighting.
Yeah.
So she went into prison, and then she basically
with a long sword.
With a long sword, yeah. Hence the term Mad Jane. Yeah. Everyone else using guns, she's got a broadsword. So you found her in the gutter.
Well, luckily she didn't have a longsword on her then. Like, I might have fared quite differently if she had a longsword on her when I first met her, because she was drunk, woke her up, she started fighting me basically. Managed to...
Classic Jane.
Yeah, classic Jane. Managed to better her in a scrap and then helped to basically steal her sword back from the pawnbrokers.
Yeah.
And she decided to hear us out basically after that. So.
She asked you, is she going to get a roof over her head? Is she going to get paid? And is she going to fight? And you went, yes to all three. She's like, great. Love it. Sounds good to me. Like, and then Merrick met Tombstone. Victoria O'Donnell. Tombstone was her nickname. He met her in a graveyard as she was doing some grave digging, and she seemed to be a little odd.
A little odd. Just a little.
Throwing a voice, darting all around the place in the shadows, and... Well, not just her voice, a menagerie of voices. I use that word every week, I think, menagerie.
Yeah.
A whole orchestra of voices talking like this, talking like this, talking like this. And then just sometimes just talking like this. And you're not really sure which is a real voice, but you kind of figured it out. But for her, it just seems like the lights are on, nobody's quite home. Or somebody is home, but they're not alone.
She does seem to have some pretty good creepy whisper powers, which I'm quite interested in exploring.
Yeah.
And she also does have some of my blood.
Not like fat. She's a family member. She actually has some of your blood.
She pinpricked Merrick. She asked for the blood. You went no, and then she shook hands. She pinpricked you. Went, I've done it. It's all needed. Happy. And you were like, I'm keeping my eye on you. So you got her. She seems to have some weird whisper powers. She also critted. When you went to investigate her, she critted, which allowed her basically to do what she wanted to do.
Last session was just awful for dice rolls. Yeah. Except you got 2 crits.
I had 2 crits, and you guys didn't roll above a 3 for a long time.
I was trying to set up all these things to try and stop the intruders. Like I had like a periscope system that failed. Yeah. I had like a gas bomb. Like that
barely worked. You
worked.
fought a ghost, and the intruders left behind the ghost. There's a little final fuck you. After burning everything, they left behind the ghost.
And I'd spend like 3 charges trying to get it
done. Thadeus, I've got to say, I love your inventions and everything, but you really do have to come up with a test strategy.
Yeah. that doesn't involve testing live.
Yeah, because I basically invented this shock baton, and that
worked really well. Dan fought the ghost.
Yeah, I had an idea it might work on ghosts.
It's electroplasm.
Tried it did work, but I had to use a couple of charges to get rid of it basically.
And you haven't got many charges left. Right?
I've only got 2 charges left on it, and I need some more electroplasm, so that's another issue.
Acquire asset possibly.
Acquire asset, or perhaps like as a score we could maybe get some, but
that could be good. That's if you can get some. You've heard some dangerous rumours about electroplasm recently, which we'll come into in a moment. But the last thing of note from last week, catching the viewers up, was the final thing you found was some rats with strange glyph markings, strange arcane markings on them, which showed no apparent sign of death. They were dead rats. You found 3 of them in your shell of building. But... yeah, just strange.
I think we did attribute them to like a whisper called the Brander or something.
Silivica the Brander.
But I don't think we knew much about her.
No, she's known for branding rats and apparently can basically morph into them. She can, when she brands them, the rumours say she can see through their senses.
Yes.
Yeah, so she might be working with the vultures or something.
Possibly. Possibly.
Another thing of note is that we made some progress in recruiting some of the other members of the gang.
You did,
like Dan, you went to consort Hilton.
Yep.
Didn't you? The red sash base.
And at the end of the day, we decided to give up and write him a letter.
Yeah. You tried a couple of Hilton, the red sash base. Ran around, nearly got caught by my layer of Clev and was like, I had enough of this. I'm out.
I'm just meeting
I'm bailing, I'm done. You started to find the Black Emporium.
Oh, yeah. So we knew Hilton Huscart.
Hilton Huscar's in the Emporium.
Yeah, it was
reported to be seen in the Emporium. You went after the Eruvian, I believe, Daniel.
Oh, so...
yeah, so it's Dejan.
Dejan,
yeah. That was Dash'll recruit Dejan.
Dejan, yeah. Because I haven't actually found the
clock will be edited any moment now.
I don't have my database up.
Basically, we knew Hilton Huscar was friends with Jira, who's a sword maker who operates in the night market. There's rumours of like a basically underground trading system. We don't know if it's a physical place, so we don't know if it's like
in the ghost field.
We don't know if it's like under the night market itself, but it's called the Black Emporium. You have to be in the inn to find out where it is. Mm-hmm. Thadeus went off, obviously in his own sort of fashion, got his rat beacon, tried to follow a couple of rats to see if there was any like underground passages or hidden areas which didn't make any sense to him. Made a bit of progress, I suppose, but is on the way to find the Black Emporium, which might be good for us being drug dealers.
Yeah.
It might be good to get a foot in with an underground trading network. But
And like all of Doskvol, there are rumours by the dozen for this Black Emporium.
Yeah.
It's a trading post for demons, for ghosts, for devils, for anything you want. It's real, it's not real. It's in the ghost field, it's not. It doesn't even exist. It does exist.
it's all in your mind.
Yeah.
We're also separate to that trying to hire a doctor as well because
Yeah.
we need someone to.
I started that and then rolled badly on
Of
that.
course.
So the only thing we really did last week was recruit two, which seemed very unstable people.
Yep.
So
What do you call it? I think you got a drunk and a freak was the term.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a drunken freak.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you tier 1 yet or still tier 0?
We paid
We
money.
are tier one?
We did
You are
that as
now
well.
tier
That's
1. So
quite
you have
good.
leveled
Tier
up.
1 with weak hold.
Tier 1 week hold, which means you've now got about 5 or 6 hangers on. We said 6, I think. And
Yeah.
plus the 2 new people you've got, plus Ramina, plus Margaret.
Another thing that happened, the Crows came and knocking for
They
their
did.
tribute.
They did.
We only had 1 gold, so we couldn't pay them, or we didn't want to spend that gold in case we needed it
Yes.
further down the line. They
Now-
basically gave us
Wanted more money.
They basically said they wanted 2 coin offers as
you
a
paid them
prepayment because we keep basically paying them every other month.
Yeah,
we have a
yeah.
cash flow problem, and
Yeah.
it is time to do something about it.
They were like, so this is, we're going to, like, you've got 2 outstanding invoices. The payment you give us now, we're going to put to the first one.
Yeah.
You still owe us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and he wanted us to prepay for the next one.
He
So
did.
something ridiculous like that, like
Yeah.
2 coin.
How dare he?
How dare he?
How dare he? Because I think the exact terms you guys said were, we can just pay him every other month, right? And it resets the clock.
We were playing the mechanics.
You
not
played the
game.
mechanics. And look what happened.
Okay.
Cool,
I
so...
think that's everything.
Picking up where we last left off, the last scene was I think you recruiting via Tombstone, so time for payoff.
Yeah, just before we go into that,
Yep.
just in terms of XP, I sort of left it
Oh,
on
you
a bit
did.
of a cliffhanger last time. I was going to have a look. I basically got a special ability for my leech. I decided to take a veteran because I wanted to dabble into another playbook. I took a special ability called Calculating, which is from the Spider playbook, which allows me to have an extra downtime activity
Or give
during
it to someone
free
else.
time, or I can give it to someone else. Downtime activities as well you can use during flashback, so potentially I could use that
Yeah.
downtime activity in flashback to try and release some stress or do something like that, I guess.
It allows you to do a bit more complex flashbacks as well, because basically
Yeah, yeah.
you're saying like I could have done one of these things ready because you're so
Like if I really
calculating.
needed a gadget, I could force it through basically by
Quite
doing the
asset,
downtime,
done.
spending money if I needed to get it
Yeah.
through. So yeah, quite useful that one, and I thought it works well with all the clocks we've got going on, and
Yeah, definitely. It works with Thadeus.
Yeah.
He is calculating.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
especially in Revenge.
So payoff. Because you guys are down to 1 coin in your vault. They have 1 coin.
Yeah, I've got a
Literally
little
1
vault.
coin. You have a little vault and they have 1 coin. So after a score, you take stock of your income from the operation. You generate rep and coin. You get 2 rep per score by default. Because you've contended with people neither higher nor lower, you're just going to get 2 rep.
Yep.
People know you've been recruiting, people know you've leveled up. I think it makes sense. While it was an additional score, I think 2 reps about right.
That sounds
People
fair.
know you've hired a couple of people with questionable reputations, obviously.
Yeah,
But, like Mad Jane comes as a bit of a rep. People have heard of her, especially from the military, and people know
Yeah.
about Tombstone.
they're a bit more advanced than people from the workhouse, like hard lads from the workhouse.
Yeah,
basically.
they're not your
They've got-
typical thugs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You get coin based on the nature of the operation and or any loot you seize. You didn't seize any loot, really.
No.
But you do have a drug operation. Unfortunately, one of it's been damaged, but you still have Ramina shifting.
Yeah.
This is all abstracted behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So it's a small job. You've had 4 coin income.
Okay.
From what you've got selling, just from having new gang members and just pushing it and just growing, just generally pushing your product.
Yeah.
You got nothing from the score itself, so a small job. If 6 is the standard, you got 4. Of course, you've got 4 money, so the question is now, do you want to pay up to the Crows?
Well...
Bearing in mind, you need to pay your crew tier plus 1. So you pay 2.
Oh,
As you get bigger, they expect more.
I did not realise this. I did not realise this little mechanic.
So when you were
dropping
0,
on
you
us.
paid 1 coin, now you pay 2 at tier 1.
So how much do we owe them? Right
So
now?
he wanted you to pay 1 upfront prep, so you technically owe them 2. He wanted it upfront. If you pay him 2 now, Bell and Lissa would consider, or the Crows as a whole would consider your debt up to date. You pay them 1, you're still 1 behind.
Yeah.
But you're meant to pay them 2. Because they come and spoke to you before you leveled up, I think.
I feel like we're making enough enemies.
So you got 5 coin.
We've only got 1 enemy.
Yeah, man. So every time you level up, just that little bit extra.
The Red
goes
Sashes
out.
won't be happy with us.
Yeah, but we haven't done anything against them particularly. We're just like not with
I
them.
mean, we've funded their enemy.
They kind of say you're with us or against us, or stay the fuck out of our way. I think.
Yeah, that's what everyone's going to say. In this crazy town. I say we just give them the 2 coin and then just be done with it for a
I
couple
think
of...
so, yeah.
Will we have to pay them again? We'll have to pay them 2 coin next downtime. So that's half a score. That's half a standard score.
No, half a small score.
Half a small
Standard
score.
Standard 6.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
We're hoping for this to be a big one.
2.
The money's up to you guys. What you do depends. It's what you guys do. That's what brings the money in. So you got 5 coin, you pay it, or you're not paying.
What tier are the Crows?
Tier 2 weak.
See, they're not even that far ahead of us. They're only tier 2
This week I get 2 entanglement rolls because of the
shit, yeah.
devil's
Let's
bargain.
give them the money.
We'll send...
We give them the money.
So you got down to 3 coin.
Down to 3
But the Crows are considered the debt paid, so you send it off. Romina drops it off in a carriage or something like that. I'm guessing you know, you've got
we'll
system
send
now.
Mina, yeah.
And you don't hear anything, and no news is good news from the Crows.
Yeah. And it looks like we're now dealing with Bell, as opposed to Rorik.
Well, Rourke's dead.
Yeah.
It's Lissa who's in charge,
Lissa,
but
yeah.
Bell's the one who come a knocking, shall we say. So
it's good to know that our deal does still stand with the.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, he didn't say that didn't, certainly.
Yeah.
Heat, Doskvol, the city of prying eyes, and informants are both living and ghostly. So, there wasn't anything particularly loud that happened last week, except the fact that you got your building set on fire, but you're the victims there, right?
We are victims.
You know, Hemlock's
Sad
like
victims.
sitting there going, "You're victims."
Victims of our own successes.
He did rob a store slightly,
Yeah.
a little bit of robbery.
Yeah,
A little bit of robbery. The only other thing.
No bodies.
No bodies.
For me, it's 2 heat.
Okay.
A little bit of robbery, but even though you guys were the victim of what happened, some of it still the blue coats are aware.
If I remember right as well, we didn't completely successfully cover up everything before the blue coats
That's
came.
one way of putting it. You didn't do anything.
No, we tried. We tried.
You tried. You
tried.
You did not
We
roll
failed.
well.
No, we didn't roll well.
That's the title of last episode. We did not roll well.
Yeah. So 2 heat for me there.
Yeah, I've added it.
It happened on your turf. It's no hostile enemies, but yeah, it happens. What happens?
We are on 1 wanted level and 6 heat.
6 heat. So I'm going to roll for the entanglements now.
2 of them.
2 of them.
Should never have taken that.
You want
should
6
never have
heat?
taken
You're on
that.
6 heat.
6 heat.
6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Love it.
That's
5.
High is bad.
Wow. Cool. This could be quite fun, this guys.
I don't like the sound of that.
5. Are you going to put it in your pocket?
You know what we forgot to do?
Always. What's that?
When you level up on your rep, you get money into
You
your
do
stash.
get money. Well remembered.
Oh.
Well remembered. You get money into your stash.
Yeah.
Each PC gets stash equals tier plus 2. So we both get 3 stash.
3 into our stash.
Sweet.
Oh shit! I got 5 again.
Stop doing that.
That's 2 entanglements, both on a
5.
5. That's nice.
5.
Interesting.
I'm not going to do that roll.
Our vault's still very empty. Do you want to gamble some?
Yeah.
Go and gamble a coin.
Yeah, I'll just make more if we gamble.
Interesting.
No, it's not interesting, that.
So, news and headlines from the week.
Oh,
A couple of things that happened in recent times in Doskvol. Get my notes. The first thing is there's slight rumours, only slight rumours, that the Spirit Wardens are stockpiling electroplasm.
No.
Yes.
Oh, I guess that's quite good.
So get him.
So that's happening. Just small rumours in the streets. People are just saying it's a little bit harder to come by. Spirit Wardens are buying it from any kind of source apparently, both legal and illegal.
Mate, if we can get a stockpile of electroplasm, we've got to sell them there.
It's true, we can get some electrical.
The blue coat,
I see opportunity.
the blue coat checkpoints into Coleridge has caused well, no one likes it basically.
Yeah.
and they're known for kind of basically checking for contraband, but in inverted commas, they kind of take whatever they want. Bluecoats being the Bluecoats. So
skim off the top.
A new gang called the Water Rats has been basically emerged. They've been known for smuggling things in and out of Coleridge, both goods and people. And the last few weeks, the last couple of weeks in particular, since the riots, you guys have been hearing a little bit more and more about them. New operation, new crew, quite small, but you're just aware there's a new gang operating out there. That's that.
Enterprising business, I like it.
Crow's Foot, on the other hand, has been surprisingly quiet.
Does it feel very calm before the storm?
It does. So the last major thing that happened a couple of weeks ago was that the drug dealer for with the connections to the Red Sashes wasn't officially part of them. Brussels was found face down in the river, and that was after the Crows, the Red Sashes, and the Lampblacks, the three warring gangs, had a sit down and basically said no more violence to affect the business.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple of things have happened here and there, and a couple of people have still been killed. The most notable one being the Red Sash dealer. And you've heard rumours a couple of days ago, or last week, that the Lampblacks have been recruiting more men and weapons. But it's still very quiet. Nothing. You've heard nothing. You've seen nothing. So the citizens of the Crow's Foot are kind of on a bit of a uneven keel, shall we say, waiting for what you put it quite rightly say, what seems to be the calm before the storm. The final thing is, in Coleridge, which is the district dominated by factories and workhouses, and you guys helped start some of the riots there, since those riots, the labourers and the indentured servants there, especially with Bell Brogan at the forefront, a union rabble-rouser, they are rallying more and more. This noise of a union is not going away. The revolution might have been quite heavily stomped upon, quite crushed by the military and then in turn followed up by the Bluecoats. But this talk of a union, it sparks something that's not going away. And Bell Brogan seems to be the figurehead of this. You've still got people like Ulf Ironborn, who's a Scov leader, and Hutton of the Grinders, who are both very charismatic, zealous leaders of the Scovs. Many Scovs work and live in Coleridge and are kind of oppressed and stomped upon and shat on. So this idea of a union is horrifying to the workhouse bosses and to a lot of the nobles who run stuff there.
Yeah.
And more and more, there is opportunities, and some gangs are now beginning to move into the area because there's opportunities on both sides of that fence. The local bosses and overseers are hiring mercenaries and some gangs to stamp out trouble, protection, and a bit of show of force, while the Scovs and the people who want to start their unions, people like Bell Brogan, are also using gangs to fight violence with violence. It's basically fighting fire with fire. So it looks like Coleridge, the Coleridge riots might have ended, but the battle for Coleridge has really just begun. It feels like that's not going away.
If you could mass market some weaponry.
I'm thinking more mass marketing some like depressants or some like emotion inhibitors or something like that, and then basically getting the workers or the leaders to pay us to like put it into their water supply or something like that, to like basically just calm everyone the fuck down.
Oh, the final thing, and this was getting covered last week, but it still happened. The Lampblacks have cornered the Crow's Foot drug market since the death of Brussels. Brussels was quite a big figure in the area. And while no repercussions or reprisals, at least, are not publicly known, it seems that they've definitely secured a foothold in the vice market.
Okay. That's a good thing that we're now operating out of a different district as well then. So hopefully we won't get as much competition there.
So, the question is, now downtime, what do you want to do?
I want to do some work on some clocks.
Yep, I think we're both good on stress, so...
Surprisingly so. And health, right? You have no...
I've got a cut neck from the previous
your neck's
session.
still healing.
Yeah,
and I am still winged.
Oh, you still... So your bullet wounds healing, your neck slashes healing.
Yeah.
How, mechanically, how do you want to do the silken noose? So obviously we want to rebuild that. And...
Mm-hmm. It down to maturity.
That's gonna be, yeah. Like
Basically, it'll get better over time. If you guys want to do a clock for it, it will definitely speed it up as you invest time and resources into it. If you just leave it to your gang, they will do it.
Yeah.
But you guys are the brains of the operation, right? If you direct your efforts and resources, it'll be done faster.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you want to do as the next step? I mean, I was sort of thinking like maybe having a meeting with Barja Baz and the Lampblacks and basically trying to sell them a load of drugs. Try maybe go in like a partnership. I know he's got a massive marketplace in Crow's Foot now, so he's probably going to need supply basically from different people. Or do you think that's helping our do you think it's helping the other side a little bit too much? Or is it seizing an opportunity?
Perhaps. I guess like we're kind of exploiting the fact that he's already got a distribution network.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the...
Plus, it gets our drug on the market.
It does. I guess would we have to build a load of machines and distribute them to his?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like maybe like a multi-stage score. Like part of it could be setting up the meeting and getting him to actually do it. The next part could be like going to the scavengers and hopefully trying to talk them into getting us the actual products we need, the strange flora and fauna that we require for this drug from the Deathlands. Collect that.
You've got plenty of supply at the moment, but it is beginning. You're looking at it going in the quote. We need to get some more of this at some point.
So like for a big output, we probably need more to come in. And then the other thing is electroplasm as well, like getting some of that so we can run the machines, day and night and properly mass produce the stuff. And then it's a case of doing that quietly so no one finds out about it. Because if you've got a massive amount of drugs, people are going to get interested. Yeah. People are going to get interested, and
even people who normally wouldn't be will that's still an opportunity.
Yeah. Like, why are they getting so much electroplasm? Yeah. Why are they talking to the scavengers about getting fauna, and why is there a strange hum coming from...
and why so many rats around?
Why there's so many rats around?
Because the two things you guys need for your drug is electroplasm to basically run the machines, and the strange flora and fauna from the Deathlands. That makes the smoke.
I say we go to Barjo and try and set up some sort of massive supply deal with him.
Yeah.
Maybe showcase our drug. Like, we've already done a good job for him. Maybe try and showcase that and see it as like that.
It's basically the first goal, but in reverse.
Basically, he's giving us all his drugs. Now we're going to give him all our drugs, and basically come at it from that point. So I think that's what we're going to go for the score. If you agree, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds fun anyway, doesn't it?
Sounds good to me.
For downtime, I'm going to do a bit of work on hiring Dr. Flint. Okay. So I'm going to take a visit to him as my first downtime activity.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
So last session I was flicking through the Doskvol version of Yellow Pages, or the local newspapers. I had them all out on the table. I was looking for not the flashiest ad, but one that might look a little bit seedy and might be open to certain arrangements regarding bodies and fixing our bodies if we get gunshot wounds and stuff like that. Yeah. Managed to find one which is indicated by the 1 tick on the clock. And now for my second sort of action, Thadeus is going to go and visit him at his shop, I think.
Sounds good
Dr.
to me.
Flint.
Okay, so got Flint on my phone ready. So, Flint operates out of a condemned manor house in the Six Towers area.
Ooh, fancy. Fancy part of town?
It used to be.
It
still is part of it. Part of the Six Towers are still quite well off, but it's a bit like parts of London, which we know Doskvol is heavily inspired by, in that it's got some really nice areas, it's got some horrible areas, and then it's got some nice areas that have been kind of abandoned. And Six Towers is that, in Six Towers, you know how closely packed this city is, but Six Towers has areas that have actually got gardens, and the manor houses have kind of fountains and lawns, but it's worn down and dilapidated, a lot of it. Again, part of it is still great, but for the most part, it is pretty looking a bit rough, Not crime ridden, just rough for what it should be. So, you want to go find Flint, and what is it you want to do? How are you going to convince him to join your crew or work for you?
First of all, I'm just going to feel the guy out. I want to know whether he's open to any, more underhanded dealings, because we've had a bit of a body flow problem, I guess you'd call it, in that we've killed some people and basically we've resorted to just dumping them in the sewer, whereas we'd like a more professional way of doing it.
Disposal service.
A disposal service, yeah. So there's like a process behind the scenes, like going on. So we give it him. He's happy for the work, and maybe he fixes us for free.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's like a bit of a back and forth business relationship sort of. So I want to see whether he's open to something like that.
Yeah.
And the way I'd do that is pretty much find him out, have a look around his works, maybe if I can see a few clues, if it looks a bit like messy or there's like some limbs lying around, I might think he's more up for that.
Yeah.
Maybe just talk to him and try and feel him out. I think maybe just consort with him to open him up. Probably that's how I'd do it.
Sounds good. So you've not been to Six Towers yet. So to set the scene and to give the viewers at home an idea of what it is. This formerly prestigious district has faded over the centuries into a pale shadow of what it once was. The original Six Towers were the grand residence of Doskvol's first noble families, and now all but two, which is Bowmore House and Rowan House, have been sold off and converted into cheap apartments, or simply fallen to ruin and abandoned. The district has an empty, haunted feel, with many sprawling old buildings dark without power, broad stone streets cracked and buckled, and the fires of squatters crackling from overgrown lots. That's Six Towers.
Cool.
So Flint operates near Miss Shaw Park, which is the overgrown space that overlooks the eastern branch of the Dusk River and looks to the Deathlands beyond. You can see the lightning barrier across the river from the park. In old folk ballads, young lovers who could not be together, very Romeo and Juliet style, would come here and commit suicide in the park.
Okay.
Whether it's true or not,
creepy place.
It's definitely haunted. It's definitely haunted.
It's a ghost meeting place.
Yeah, but he operates near there. It's kind of like Central Park in New York, right? You don't go into Central Park at night, kind of thing. Yeah. Except Doskvol's always night.
Because there's ghosts in Central Park.
Exactly. So he operates near there. So his address, as you find it, is on one of the main streets. It is on Combo Way. And as you go there, you see that it's got it's like a 3-story tall kind of old, like a large manor house. It's got a gate. It's with an actual small lawn. The lawn's mostly kind of overgrown and cut. You see, it looks like someone kind of comes around every couple of weeks and does it. Yeah. But whoever's paying for it hasn't got enough or doesn't care enough to have it done regularly. Right. You can see it's kind of kept okay. So when you open the gate, it screeches a little bit, not massively, but it needs a bit of oil. You step, the broken flagstones lead up to the steps. You go in, you realise from the list of names on the front and the kind of buzzers next to them that this old house, much of Six Towers, has been converted into a series of apartments or offices or buildings. And if you're looking at it, the top half are most likely apartments. But the bottom ones all seem to be businesses. Right. And you do see Dr. Flint's practice there. You can take, 1A is the first room you step into the building.
Is there any signs from the outside that's this place? Is it like a swinging sign or anything like that?
No, it's literally like a house. And it's kind of as you got the address, you're like, this is the right place. Right. It's definitely the right street. You see some people in the distance. You can't really make them out in the mist of Doskvol. A little spooky being there in Mistborn Park. You hear the buzz of the lightning barrier nearby, and you hear the water of the Dusk River behind you. But you don't see or hear anyone other than these figures in the mist. For all you know, you could be utterly alone. It's that strange haunted feel, and as the wind picks up, some papers and trash is blown down the street, and it's almost like that. This street itself has been forgotten, like so much of Doskvol's history, and that for a second you're in limbo with no one but your own self. So,
Thadeus would press a buzzer and then wait for a reply.
And it does. The front door buzzes open, but you realise, despite the front door buzzing open, it was already open. Either the lock wasn't working, or someone's left it off. But there's been a response. There's someone in there clearly.
Okay, I'll open the door and enter.
The door, and this was clearly once the entrance hall to a large manor, but you can see by the way the plaques that have been installed on the doors that the rooms have been converted. And the first room on your left, number 1A, just says Dr. Flint. Small brass plaque, a name, nothing else. Other than the plaque, the door is completely nondescript.
Thaddeus wouldn't knock, he'd just try to knob and try and get in.
So you open the door, and inside is not what you consider a normal doctor's practice. You see one room with another door at the other end, leading 2 rooms beyond, which is closed. This looks more like someone's lounge. First thing that strikes you is there is a desk, behind which a rather well-to-do looking man, not wealthy, but well off, sits there smoking a pipe. His well-cropped black hair is slicked back. He wears, even though it's inside, a kind of white neck cravat scarf type of thing with his waistcoat. Gives it a very dignified look. And he seems to have been, while he puffs on his pipe, and he's got it in the corner of his mouth, so he's puffing kind of smoke out one side. He's reading the paper.
I'll approach his desk and I'll say, Dr. Flint, I presume.
Looks up at you, takes his pipe out.
I'll hold my hand out, shake it.
Takes his pipe into his hand, and he's clearly a right-handed man as he shakes with his right, and he nods and goes, certainly. How can I help you?
Well, I've just come to see whether me and you would be a right fit. You see, we're having a bit of an issue with some of our organisation's members getting injured, and I just thought...
As you say this, you see some bottles on the left-hand side now against the window. The curtains are closed here, despite the fact that it's day, what is considered day for Doskvol. These bottles, strange-looking bottles, very nice, almost like decanters but smaller, filled with a strange blue, almost like a electroplasmic energy, rattle. And he just goes, "Stop that!" Sorry, please continue.
What the fuck was that?
Don't worry about them. They're not listening.
Look, I don't like all this arcane business, so you're gonna have to tell me what that was.
And you get a little buzzing on the edge of your vision, that ghost feel that everyone's senses can usually block out. They're probably spirit bottles, which is the living essence of someone distilled into a bottle.
Well, they're not one of those spirit bottles, are they?
Yes, it's exactly what they are.
Oh, right, okay.
Please sit down.
Is it safe?
Oh, I have a permit, don't worry, yes.
Oh, okay, thank you.
They don't. When they don't recognise people, they tend to get a little antsy.
Oh, okay. I'll sit down.
The bottles have stopped rattling now.
Like I was saying, I was looking for an ongoing relationship between me and a man of your talents, Doctor. Something, we help you, you help us. We'll help you with coin and certain substances which might not be quite above the level, if you catch my drift.
Do you have an appointment?
No.
Excellent. And he closes his paper, opens his ledger, and scratches a name out. And you see him press a small little buzzer.
Yeah.
And he just goes, "Marjorie, please cancel my 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And you don't know where that person Marjorie is, because you don't see anyone else in the room, and you don't hear the buzz.
She's in the spirit bottle.
Thadeus gets an idea that, okay, this guy might not be completely on the level, but he's willing to hear him out.
What sort of doctor are you looking for? If you don't come here, unless you know what I do.
What do I know?
And you certainly don't come here talking like that, unless you know what I do.
I'm a very forward person.
I can tell.
And I'm not scared necessarily of the powers that be. I don't think you or anyone will talk against my organisation.
What organisation is that?
We're called the Blackwater Exchange. We operate out of...
Blackwater Street?
Correct.
That was a guess, you
In
see.
Crow's Foot. Have you been?
No, but it's just a simple guess.
Finest tailor.
Yeah.
This side of the...
He cracked the code.
You're from Blackwater, aren't you?
I'm from...
Oh, you're from Crow's Foot.
I'm from Crow's Foot, yes.
Tell by the accent.
Yes.
And you notice now, you kind of sit on... The seat you're sitting on is kind of like a couch, not a seat. So he turns and he goes, "So, how would you feel about coming in here? How do you feel?"
Well, wait a minute. You're not trying to fuck with my head, are you?
No, I'm merely ascertaining the nature of your personality.
So
You'll be a good match.
I went through this when I left the military, you know, but it's pretty similar. Pretty similar.
He's got a notepad out now. It's
Oi, what are you writing down?
Oh, these are just mere scribbles. I just like to do it all pass the time. Sorry, your name was?
It's Thadeus.
Thadeus. Is that with 2 Ds or 1?
Or changes. 1D, usually.
Do you know how to write? And he's legitimately asking you.
Yes.
No, excellent. Do you sign your name with a cross or the signature?
Usually a cross.
Usually a cross. Excellent.
Anyway, I'm going to get straight to the point. Can you deal with dead bodies? I'm going to look and stare into his eyes.
Deal with how?
Dispose of them discreetly.
Disposal. He makes a quick note. Well, the short and simple is yes. Yes, I can.
Then I think we're on the same page.
You'll be bringing them here.
We can bring them wherever you want, Doctor. Drop off point. We've got our ways of carrying bodies discreetly.
Excellent.
Tell the truth, the last few were just dumped down the sewer. Not a great way of dealing with it, isn't it?
Disgusting. You're going to make ghosts. You need to deal with this.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Stop that! When he points back, when he said like you dumped down the sewer, the bottle stopped to rattle again.
They don't like that.
No.
You're making enemies here.
So,
well then, I believe we should certainly have a more in-depth talk. And then he starts to, you start to discuss.
Can I ask him something else before he goes?
Yeah, of course. He's not going anyway.
Have you got a steady supply of alchemicals? The sort of alchemicals you need, or may I help you out with them?
I have everything I need to run my practice. Yes.
Okay. My services. I'm very good at mixing certain concoctions and things.
A man of science.
Yes.
So where do you stand on the spectrology debate of the arcane versus the science of the spirit?
Oh, I don't go into it in that sort of detail. I just know how to make them.
All right, well, you're halfway there at least. We'll make a scientist of you yet. And unless anything else you want to add, the conversation trails off. And it seems to be an amicable conversation, so you're going to make your consort roll?
Yes. One dice.
One dice. I'd say before you roll you get one set up for this as well, because you've been talking, he's willing to help.
Good. Well,
so
it did help.
He won the 2, so you get a tick. So, Dr. Flint, so 2 out of 6. You've made some progression. You made some progression.
It's another one of those weeks. Good.
I'll
The only way is up.
I'll spend another one of my downtime activities, and I'll ask him for like a tour. Is it just this room? There's no like back room.
No, you see in the room, but his door's closed.
I'll ask him for a tour, and basically, I'm interested in his work. But
he won't take you in the back room.
Okay.
But if you want to roll again, you can certainly do so to discuss the finer points of your business arrangements if it was to go ahead.
I'll spread out a letter that Merrick gave me with like important information to cover.
Merrick's been like, don't edit this.
I haven't asked
just give it to him as it is.
I haven't asked any of this yet. Just one dice?
Yeah, I'd say 2 still, because again, for reasons he's willing to work, he's open to the idea, shall we say.
A 4 and a 3.
On a 3, so 2 6, so you got 4 out of 6.
Okay. And 2 downtimes. Okay, I'll shake his hand and go. We'll have to iron out some of the details, but I think we're nearly there, Doctor.
Certainly. Let me look over this in my time. I'll have Marjorie. Do you have a card? Or correspondence address?
Yeah.
Yeah, Blackwater Street.
Yes, correct. Silken Noose.
Silken Noose. I'll have Marjorie write something up.
Margaret or
Marjorie?
Marjorie. Right, okay. Weird coincidence. Anyway, good days, Doctor. I hope we work together in the future.
Yeah, sounds excellent, dear boy.
Okay.
And you see that he's gone back to write scrolling notes in the pad. Close the door on your way out, please.
From the meeting, can I do a study roll to see whether I think he's completely honest in his intentions to do business with us? What's the position of it?
Position effect will be you'll be studying while you were there, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So we're trying to read them, and you might be able to get an idea of what it is. It's risky standard.
Okay. A 4.
4. It's hard to read.
Yeah.
It's hard to read. I'm going to say reduced effect here.
He did seem hard.
It's hard to read. He's well spoken. He seems open and charming, bit adroit, but after all, he's a doctor. Possibly one of the mind more than physicalities.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't seem to shy away from bodies, but you get the idea, at least from the conversation. While he was guarded, he was certainly discussing it, and you've not been arrested on your way out. So that's always a good sign.
The blue coats weren't there.
Yeah, they were. He had like pressed like an alarm button, like a buzzer, like going, yes, certainly, let's work together.
Like,
yeah. So
cool.
Yeah, you feel confidence.
Okay. Maybe next session. Yeah.
Eventually, we'll have a way to get rid of bodies. Hopefully, we won't need it today.
We won't need it today.
Cool.
We got a hagfish farm.
I feel like it would probably be a good idea to reduce some heat.
That is a very good idea.
Because we are on 6 heat. So
Of 9. Or 8 or 9?
Of 9.
Of 9. So you got one at level 1 already.
Well, what's level 1 already? So I kind of want to... I guess I kind of want to use my contacts in the Centralia Club.
Okay, yeah.
To just try and
Always hanging around that
kind of deflect suspicion, I guess. And if there's any talk going around,
Yeah.
just kind of slip in details about other gangs and start spreading rumours. Just like to try and not just take the heat off us, but put the heat on particular vultures.
Oh, okay. So just a little bit of... And that wasn't the Blackwater Exchange, that was the Vultures, didn't you hear? They attacked them. Yeah, I like it, a little twist.
Yeah.
The silver-tongued Merrick coming out. Yeah, have you got some more finer clothes now?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Got been down to the laundromat, dry cleaners. Got the blood stains.
Because I was on my 4th best pair of clothes.
Which is a polite way of saying they're not good at
They're
all.
not good.
It is actually an item. Oh, awesome.
I had fine clothes and jewellery. Yeah, I didn't realise that.
Well, yeah. If I can reset my alchemicals, you could definitely
get clothes.
Get
Yeah,
some clothes.
That's what Merrick does. Like Merrick, Merrick is that kind of well dressed, smooth, suave talking, slick talking guy.
I feel like all of my outfits are reversible as well.
Just in case.
Just like we never know what the reverse is until I need it.
Yeah, and you've always got a fake moustache in the pocket.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Paramount.
So, I like it. So, what action will you be taking to do this?
Is heat an action roll or is it the?
Oh, reduce heat. I believe you do an action to see how much heat you reduce. Let's just double check.
Is it not just the same advice?
I think it is. I think it's the exact same. I'm gonna find out. Reduce heat. Say what your character does, which you've already done.
So you consult.
Yeah, that's an example.
Oh,
so you roll an action.
Oh, an action. Okay.
You do an action. Yeah.
Definitely consult.
Example. Maybe you consult with friends, or you command the fear of respect. So
definitely consult.
And the highest die roll you get is usually 1 to 3, so 1, so on and so forth.
Yep, we're using our connections.
Nice.
So
as you wine and dine
Yes.
Centralia Club 6, you reduce your heat by 3.
Nice.
Woo!
So as you deflect suspicion, but not only did you deflect it, you turn it onto others.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm just kind of building up my network of
In the Century Club.
of contacts in the upper echelons of society.
Nice. So reduced by 3, getting there certainly. And you didn't have to use the rose this time either.
No.
You have to get LaRose in the shit.
Actually rolled a 6.
Yeah.
Wow. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Cool. Well, don't need to use Vice or anything. Do you want to do your other? Oh, in fact, you've still got one more.
I've got one more, yeah, because the thingy. What would we need?
I know we don't need it now, but considering it's such a big clock, I'm quite tempted to do some red sash blueprints.
Okay.
Just start sneaking around there and just mapping it out.
Yeah. If there's nothing else, I was gonna maybe. I don't think this is a downtime activity, but I wanted to do it during free plays. Go talk to Rat Girl. Solivica.
Yeah, we can do that now. I mean, you haven't got it. So your downtime in free play is basically one and the same.
Yeah.
I might even save my downtime for when we go for the meeting with Barjo Baz in case I need to reduce some stress if we get too stressed out or like do something like that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because basically once you've used all your free downtime actions, it's just before the score, right? It's mixed with free play. So
we've also got gold as well, haven't we? So.
It's on that note. It's almost as if it's a weird coincidence. You at one point in the recent days we got the calendar.
Sorry.
So the current date is the last we left off, which is episode 5, was the 39th of Mendar.
We were attacked on
and you were attacked on Moon Night. You were specifically attacked on Moon Night. Spooky for some when the 3 moons are in the sky. So the week of now, kind of the 46 onwards, coming to the end of the first month of Mendar, coming to the end of winter.
Yeah.
At some point in that time, so the week beginning the 49th, at some point, when you come to the the Silken Noose, a carriage rides up quickly alongside you.
Okay. Well, alongside the Silken Noose?
Yes, so when you guys are about to walk in, it comes up to you. A door opens, and you just hear a voice from a shadowed figure inside. Can't quite make him or her out. Seems to be a bit ambiguous as to their gender or even species. And just says, "Get in."
I'm not usually one to get in a strange carriage. Can I tell it's a female, or I can't tell the species?
It looks like it's a male.
I go, "Sir?
Come, we have business."
Who are you? Tell me.
No, we'll talk when you get in.
No, you tell me who you are and I'll get in this carriage. I'm gonna command.
Okay, yeah,
go for it.
No, you're there as well.
Oh, there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thaddeus being the hothead.
This does seem rather familiar, shall we say?
Yeah, okay.
This will be Risky Sanders.
Okay, 1 die. Missed the table. It is a 4.
A 4, you do it. He doesn't seem too frightened by you, but he answers your question at least. And he steps out.
Okay.
And you can see he's wearing rather large furred, like a large fur jacket, but it looks like, as opposed to fashionable fur, it looks like the skin of some kind of animal which has been carved to and added onto a jacket. It's almost a bit of an intimidation piece.
Yeah.
But you notice he has got several straps across his body. It looks like he's geared for combat almost.
Oh.
But the thing that stands out, we see on his hip, he's got a blade with several sashes on it.
Red sashes.
One of them's red.
One of them.
The more red, the more it's like a black belt thing. The more sashes they've got, the higher up they are in the organization.
Yeah.
Do we recognise him from our time in the Red Sash Academy?
You saw him there with Mylara. He didn't say much. This is Darius. He is Mylaria's number 2. And he says, "Mylara would like a word with you. This is a business opportunity, one that I do not think you would wish to squander. So get in." He's straight. He's not being rude. He's just blunt, straight talking. That's the way he is.
I'll have to bow down to my friend's opinion on this matter.
He is a Ruvian, of course he will come.
What kind of business opportunity?
Let us discuss this in friendlier places than an open street of Crowsfoot.
I'm up for it if you are, Merrick.
Let's do it.
Excellent. Let's
Let's
go.
climb into the carriage.
Finally, we get into the carriage, and it takes you off. And Darius does not say a word the entire ride. He just sits there, his hand on his blade, not in a threatening way. It seems to be how he rests, just casually, just hand on his blade on the hip. It drives through the streets of Crow's Foot. The sound of the wheels splashing through puddles as the Crowsian goats pull you through you hear the odd "get out of the way" as the carriage driver tells the crowd to park, before pulling you up to the eastern side of Crow's Foot to where the Red Sash Academy is. Darius is first out of the carriage, doesn't say a word, just bundles past you on his way out and just starts walking up, assuming you're going to follow.
Okay, we'll follow.
Yep. You go up the large marble stairs, enter through the huge oaken doors and see the drapes of the red sashes with their golden sword symbol on them. He takes you to where you were last time. He takes you straight up the front stairs, past the fountain, straight into the deeper recesses, going the exact same way. Past all the busts and the paintings of the famous duelists or Arubians or masters the school have seen, trained, been taught by, and takes you into one of the nondescript rooms. Go to away from the training areas you went to last time, but this time on the right. Inside, you see Mylara and a couple of other graduates. As you enter, Darius knocks once and then enters, and Mylara sits back and tells students, "Please go. We will resume our talks later." They walk past you again. They both have just a single red sash on their swords. And Darius lets you into the room. Do you enter?
Yeah.
He follows behind you this time and closes the door.
So just us two, Mylera and Darius in the room.
Yes, so it's 4 of you total.
Okay.
The room is pretty bare for what is otherwise quite, not an ostentatious place, but a place of clear wealth and culture. This one's quite bare. This looks like it's definitely a room where business is done and no need for decoration or any kind of impression is here. It's down to the people. There's a table, there's some parchment and pens, some books, some paper, some drinks, like on the side, see a water jug with several glasses. But other than that, it's pretty bare. No windows, or if there is, look around. No, it's just a room. Must be deep in the academy to have no windows. Straight to business.
You have a very direct way of arranging a meeting. I like it.
I did not think you would come otherwise. So, I'm sure you've heard the recent rumours of a certain drug dealer found face down in the canal.
Hard to miss those rumours around these parts.
Yes. No, they're not rumours. Brussels is dead. You might have heard other rumours that he was connected to us. And you might have heard the rumours the Lampblacks did it.
There's a lot of rumours, don't know if many are believable.
And you see, as Mylera kind of half smirks, half scoffs, she's got those, tribal tattoos. Mylera is covered from her neck down. She is covered in these tribal, traditional Laruvian tattoos. Go right down. You can see she's once again wearing a tank top, and you can see and it shows off her well-built physique, and it goes all down her arms, over her hands, down the chest, kind of thing. And you see again a couple of tattoos which you get, and now you're sitting close to her and she's not fighting. You can see that there's pale patches where there are scars, and it's kind of severed the tattoos. This is someone who clearly is used to fighting. She pours herself a glass of water. She offers you a drink. You notice it is just water, so it does not seem to be alcoholic.
Thadeus is steadfast in his stare. He just doesn't even acknowledge that she's offered him a drink.
Okay.
I accept.
You accept. She doesn't say anything. She just clinks it for a cheers without saying, just dum. I want you to sell for me. Last time we discussed, you made it quite clear what your strengths and interests were. I know you have sold for the Lampblacks. I'm willing to let that slide if you will do the same for me. You said you had no part in this war. Prove it. You seem to have done a good deal. I know you've taken over some of the territories in Silkshore.
Word spreads fast.
Well, scoundrels talk, do we not?
Of course.
I also heard business has been bad. Something about a fire accident.
Minor setback.
I can give you a place to sell back in Crow's Foot. Think about it. That's all I ask.
What do you want us to sell?
I want you to take over a vice den for me that's not performing well. You'll sell my
Would
product.
this vice den happen to be in Crowsfoot?
Yes.
Would it happen to be owned by the Lampblacks?
No. It's just mine. It's one of ours. But I want you to run it. While you repair your own, I want you to bring whatever customers or regulars you have to mine. Tell them you're operating out of there while you renovate or rebrand yourselves. The long and short of this is I need to take some control back from Barjo and his death-like grip upon Crow's Foot drug market. And seeing as that's your specialty, I want you to help me.
Both.
What do you mean?
We want to sell our drugs and your drugs out of this new location. We'll pay up, but we want to sell both.
I've heard different stories about your drug. Is it good?
Do you want a demonstration?
Yes. You do it.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh, I guess we need some setup. Like,
yeah. Okay. If you tell Mylera that, she'd be like, okay, we'll go and get it, kind of thing.
yeah, I'll call for.
You know to make the good stuff.
I'll call for.
Mia?
Our cab driver.
Ramina.
Ramina.
So
Sorry.
we call for Ramina. She goes and
she
gets
brings
it.
them, gets it, bring it through the back door.
Ramina's also a Rubian.
She is as well. I'll get her to bring it into the room we're in.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes out of the cab. Obviously, it's in the back in a secret compartment. You know, dislodge it, get it out into the room.
As Romina does this, you notice that at one point she does bow to my little greets my lair in a traditional Aruvian way. You've not seen her do this before, which is a small bow, a small half bow, but it's a very traditional Aruvian thing. It's like it's their version of the Necrosian handshake is that I respect you.
Get the machine set up, get the pipe off, flick the switch, get it running, starts loading.
My favourite thing about your whole setup here is how discreet it is.
Thadeus doesn't laugh at that. Lewis laughs at that. Thadeus doesn't. He just like coldly stares and goes. Doesn't say anything. He knows when to hold his tongue sometimes.
Yeah.
Grabs the pipe and goes, "Let's have some fun then." And then basically puffs it out.
Yeah.
A cloud of smoke, crackling with a electroplasmic energies.
Yeah.
Envelops his face.
Yeah.
He draws it through his nose. And basically his head goes flopping back, his eyes sort of like roll back in his head, and just like ecstatic relief comes on his face.
Yeah.
And what would Thadeus be dreaming of? I think it'd be one of his kids, like the birth of one of his kids.
Yeah.
Like a bit of a what's it called?
Menagerie, that word every
Montage?
session.
Montage. Yeah, that's it.
We need a montage.
Like of his kid be like holding his kid for the first time, his kid's first words, like him.
Hemlock coming over.
No, that's not good. He's dreaming of that. He's dreaming of kicking Hemlock's ass now. He's so like probably just something to do with his first son. So just like holding him in the hospital for like the first time, I'd say. And it's vivid. It's clear. He's obviously given himself like a good hit of the stuff. Like, I mean, we could do a fortune roll to see if he's gonna have a bad trip. Like,
no, you're drunk. You know what you're doing, right?
Yeah, I don't know. We always say there's a chance.
There's a chance. I mean, what do you want to do? I mean, it's the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you got 3d6.
3d6, and if a crit.
Isn't your product 2 tiers higher?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So roll 3d6 and we'll see how good you do.
Oh, so
the highest result.
Right. Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh god.
Oh, of course. So 2
Oh
3.
god.
Yeah, all that stuff you've said.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
It doesn't. Yeah, it does, and then it all merges into seeing your family
I'm gonna resist.
arrested.
I'm gonna resist this.
Resisting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I can't show us having a bad trip.
No.
I'm gonna. How would I resist that?
I'll
So my next question is: does Merrick partake?
No, it does not partake. But I think I'll like.
You can take the hit for him. Don't forget, you can always step in for someone else. But it's hard to do that for a drug. Or say that you had to edit it. You can resist it if you want to resist it, so that you have a good trip and that you don't show her a bad one.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll your resistance, man.
Right, okay.
Yeah, this is going to be a resolve.
A resolve. So 2 dice.
So 6 stress minus the highest dice.
I get 6. I get crit. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I got 6.
So no stress. No stress. So you resist it without stress.
Yeah.
Nice. You had a bad trip, but
I was just like, my face was like, I was trying to physically smile from the subconscious, and I was just not having a good trip. Probably on the front lines of the Scov War, seeing his like one of his good friends basically just like bleeding out from a stomach wound or something like that, and you just know like no one can recover from that. And basically there's like bullets flying around him, and it's disgusting.
Just out of interest, we do try to stay on top of our, so let's say, customer reviews. What have you heard?
yeah,
Mixed things, you say?
no, just things.
As you can see, he seems to be having a wonderful time.
His hands are like clenched. His hands are like clenched on his seat, like clenching and unclenching,
Like white knuckles.
like white knuckled, and it sort of like looks like he's.
Is he smiling or screaming in agony inside?
I'm out.
having the time of his life, aren't you, Thadeus?
That's just how he smiles.
Pat him on the back.
This is how I always smile. Okay. And then, yeah, so Malera will also take some. So let's roll for her.
Oh, God.
Darius does not.
Here, you got it.
Go for
4.
So it's good. It's good. So how long does it last for a hit?
I'd say like 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, so I think 15 minutes passes before she's fully sober.
Yeah.
Comes back. She's like, If you can sell it and still make a profit and still operate a good business, I'm happy for you to do so.
Okay. What did you see?
No, that is personal.
That is the style laughing at that.
It is a very personal drug.
That is.
I'm not upset with you for not answering that.
And I'm not upset for you for not telling yours either. Aren't we all friends here?
Thaddeus rolls his eyes like, yeah, you don't want to hear what I just went through. Okay.
I do not expect you to make an answer now, but at least consider the proposition.
We will.
Of
course, and I will fucking kill anyone that gets in my way, so just something to think about.
Okay.
Likewise.
Yes, I'm sure you will. Such is the nature of the lives we lead.
Of course.
Well, feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the school while you're here. Partake in some sword training if you wish. Perhaps you would like to learn some tricks that will help you fight more skulls.
Well, that would be useful.
And she looks at your tattoos and she can see the military. She knows you've served.
That would be useful. Thank you for your hospitality.
Always. It is a Aruvian custom. Yes, I guess.
Okay.
You can leave that machine here if you wish.
Ah, no, I'd rather not.
I would like to.
I'll nod to Amina. You know what to do with this.
Yeah, so Ramina starts packing it away.
Ramina, sorry.
Sorry. I just feel like that's what Thaddeus calls her, no matter what.
Yeah. Amiana, come on.
Yeah, he starts packing it away. She's like, my name's Ramina for the last time. So yeah, starts packing it away.
He's no good with names.
I imagine it falls like a little case, right?
Yeah.
Like, so like, you can open the case up. That's why I say you open the case up and it's inside.
Yeah.
And you can fold it back away into a little,
So a bit more discreet.
So you step up, legs a little bit wobbly at first, but otherwise, a few minutes you're good to go.
I'm guessing this is a good time for you to have a look around the Red Sash's place and work on the blueprint if you wanted to. Or I can do it. I mean, it's probably better. I don't know, what sort of survey or...
Yeah, go on then. I will,
do you want to do it?
I will use my other time.
You don't have to. I'll do it.
No,
It's probably it makes more sense for me to do it.
We both do it. Let's split up. You search that way, I'll search this way.
You might need it though.
Yeah, maybe.
Or you could do recruit Dajan if we see him around. You could try and have a word with him.
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
That does make more sense.
You do the consort, I'll do the study.
Oh, do you really want to steal from the Red Sashes?
What?
No. Merrick thinks this is a good opportunity. I'm not stealing someone from the Red Sashes.
I tell you what Thaddeus is thinking. We take them up on their offer, and then we still go to Barjo Baz, and try and sell him a load of drugs as well. So we're doing both. Why not?
We could do. I don't think Barjo's going to be happy with us when he knows that we're operating a Red Sash vice gender in his
True.
territory. But
True. I mean, I guess he would find out quite easily.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll take the time to have a look around. Have a look around the Red Sash.
Yeah.
school while they've given us free reign of it, basically.
Okay.
Well, not free reign, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, around the front of it.
Have a look around the front.
And people do come and kind of have tea here. There is a tea room in the academy. It tends to be mostly Arubians who come here or have family there, but people do. The public do enter. It is limited to that front foyer area, but it's kind of like a university. You can go in and have use the cafe. You're still bringing in money business, but you wouldn't be able to just kind of walk around anywhere you want. But she, said they enjoy the hospitality.
Yeah, I'll do a survey roll as my third downtime activity to basically try and complete some more of the blueprint when I get home.
Roll, man, see what you get.
Oh, one.
One tick. So you now know where some more of the rooms are.
Cool.
It's a little bit confusing, like any good academy.
Sounds
there are, the stairs lead this way, lead that way. The rooms all look the same after a while. It's
cool.
Hard to know where you go unless you regularly go there.
I will do the same thing because I feel like it will be useful having this place mapped out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do the recruit dajand. Not right now. Maybe in a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, I will just kind of get lost and.
So Thadeus does his thing, and you're like, I'm just gonna go through this door.
Yeah, well, I've been here a lot more with the Red Sash disguise, but there's obviously been places where it's just been like a bit risky to go, and I'm just kind of like.
That you have, and you didn't get anything for it, did you? There was no tick for that, was there? No, so I'd say you get an extra tick for that.
Okay.
Because you did walk around. It was part of trying to get Dajan at the end of the Jan. You did walk around, so yeah, makes sense.
I mean, I failed like every roll, but yeah, that worked.
Just the fact of you being there, the mere fact of you doing it, I think makes sense for the blueprints.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'll study the area.
Okay.
So
you walk around, try to remember where you are, and there's certain you find one of those "you are here" maps.
That would be really convenient. Can we just take that with us?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
But you're making one.
Study.
Way one.
Hey.
All the ones.
Way.
Halfway there. Woohoo. Halfway there. It's only taken 4 rolls.
Yeah.
4 rolls, 4 ticks. Nice.
Well, at least this is where all our bad rolls are going. It's stuff that doesn't really matter that much.
So what do you want to do?
Cool, so that's all I did activities.
What do you want to do then, Dan?
I want to do the Red Sashes. Well,
I chose the last time, so I think Thaddeus was impressed by, was happy that she at least said we could sell our own drug out of the den, and sort of does feel it's probably best to keep both sides on an even footing. We sold a lot of drugs for Barjo. We're doing this thing for, we probably are going to have to choose a side eventually. But at the minute,
no, don't be silly.
Did she show us where it was?
Nope.
She didn't tell us where it was at all.
Yeah. Or if you wanted to get your hash details out, certainly. It's
I just kind of want to see it before
you commit.
I guess.
Yeah. So it's on the corner of Bellbottom Street and Butcher's Row.
Okay.
It's one of the dens there. So it's when you go into it looks like a butcher shop. But if you go basically, it's on the corner of the Butcher's Row, but it's not. It's on that corner.
Yeah.
And as you go in down to the bottom, it's basically a drug pit.
Yeah, so it's exactly the same thing as the Silken News. It's like a cover business.
Yeah.
That probably performs really badly, and then just the
pretty much
the den in the back.
Yeah.
So what sort of place is it? Is it just a house?
So no, it's a front storefront. So you head down the stairs at the back. You come in. You guys go in there, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we'll go.
We'll say you go in
there.
Yeah. Yeah, to look around, as any good businessman would do. So you head downstairs. On the left-hand side, we come to basically a bottom door at the end. There's just a door. On the left-hand side, it's got a mesh wire fence with a person sitting behind it, with a little bit of a gap where you can put money in.
Right.
And you have to pay to get in.
Okay.
Pay some silver, you get in.
Yeah.
Again, this is not coin. This is your day-to-day expense. We don't keep track of that. You guys are let in. You see, some kind of knock gets done, and something under there, I'm not sure what, but the door slowly opens. See a nod. Then the door itself opens.
Slightly higher security than the Silken News.
You don't just walk in, unfortunately. It's got like a two-factor authentication as the.
There's 2 knocks, is it?
It's 2 knocks. Yeah, it's 2 knocks for 2 people. This is what they did before they had text messaging. You guys are let in, and it's the archetypical drug den. You've got people sat in corners in small little booths, just taking, chatting. It's got some drinks on serve. You notice that here, like a small bar. It's pretty, crappily run. It's just like a small wooden, basically L-shaped table in the corner.
Yeah.
But it's got some shelves behind it with some booze. And you see people kind of sitting there drinking. And it seems to be a place where people drink as well as consume drugs. So that, I know obviously alcohol's a drug, but it's that combination of people will lounge here for a bit more
I'll say it's nice and social event.
Bit more like a really low class speakeasy.
Yeah.
Without the gambling and just the drugs.
Is there many people in it?
Probably about 10 currently. In the afternoon, it's not too busy. You imagine it's probably a lot busier over an evening and over the weekend. So on kind of like on Dust Day and Carillion, it's probably a lot busier. Days 5 and 6 of the 6-day week. Yeah, 10 people. About 3 at the bar. You see a couple of pockets of people, and then a couple of people on their own partaking. And they're doing kind of various bits of spark or just kind of smoking like long pipes. Those long pipes with a bit of a lighting at the end.
Could I do a survey roll, just like rewinding back a little bit? Like, so we went to drop the money off at Barja Baz's.
Yeah.
We saw like what sort of operation he had.
Yeah.
We saw his dudes were geared up.
Yeah.
We saw they'd had better weapons, basically,
Yeah,
rifles and
more
stuff.
men.
More men. Can I do a survey roll to compare the two setups to see who looks like they're, I guess, more powerful?
You can.
Or like
the thing
more
is,
geared up.
you went to Barjo's headquarters, and the Red Sash Academy isn't so much. It's a headquarters, but you've never really seen much beyond the facade.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the Red Sashes, is there any sign of like degradation of their organisation? Like in terms of it's like there's less people there from the first time.
If you want to do a roll to basically ask around and try and find out,
because I just don't know whether throwing our hat in with the Red Sashes is like a direct front to the Lampblacks, and it's like if I want to be on one person's side, it's going to be the one that's the more powerful one. I don't, because like he's already said, if they've cornered the market. Like the Lampblacks have cornered the market in Crow's Foot. This place is in Crow's Foot, isn't it? No.
Yeah.
So it's like we're trying to muscle in on them.
We were already.
I know we're already trying to muscle in on them, but like, yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't mind either way. Actually, we can accept to run the place. I'm not too fussed. I'm not too fussed. Yeah.
So, do you want to roll for it?
No, I guess you said.
No, you can do. I'm saying, but if you want to, it depends on the actually taking surveying it. It's going to be very difficult because you can't. It's hard to just look because you're not really seeing. But if you want to take a different type of action to find out what the word on the street is, you certainly can do.
Okay. No, I'm fine.
You good now?
Yeah. I want to talk to the manager.
Okay.
I want to talk to the manager.
Yeah.
Whoever runs this place, I want to find out. Basically, I want to find out basically how the head place does, how many regulars it gets, and mainly why the Red Sashes need us to run it. I guess.
Okay. So we're actually taking here.
I guess that's going to be a consort. I'm really going for a chat with him. I'm just
Cool. That would be. We're going to call this. Desperate Limited.
Ooh. Interesting.
He is not your friend. He does not your enemy, but he's not your friend.
No.
And trying to get that kind of information off. So the manager, I'm guessing.
I guess we're not
would be the one that's opened the door. I'm guessing. He seems to be a guy who's keeping an eye running the place.
Yeah.
You don't see any obvious manager. The guy now, as he opened the door, you look back. He is a huge fella, really tall, well built, dark skinned. He's wearing a crisp white shirt. He stands out. The white shirt is so white that in the dim light, it's like a beacon. He's got a black waistcoat, no tie. Shirt's undone a little bit, no tie. Sleeves rolled up, arms crossed. And the rest of his clothes are black pants, black shoes, polished.
Okay. If it's Desperate Limited, I won't. But yeah.
Don't want the sweet XP.
Come on, Dan. Do it, man.
Go on then. Yeah.
You are taking a whole talk. Okay.
You've talked me into it. I'm very easily led. I've got 3 dice. It's fine.
So sway, right? Oh, there's consort. Yeah.
So it's Desperate Limited.
5.
5.
5, 3. You take the market XP down as well.
Whoop.
Cool. So, what did you ask him exactly? How it's doing?
Yeah, how the place is doing. I'll mention that we've been considering, like. Not that we're considering running the place, because that's literally like taking his job.
Depends what his job is.
I guess just like curious about the area and like the. Yeah, so we're just kind of curious about the area and like how, like it looks like a great social club, stuff like that.
As you say that, he kind of like raises an eyebrow. He says it's a great social club.
It's a very social event.
Yes. Yes. It is a place of adventure and experience seekers. Do you come far, lone traveller? What brings you into our bosom of darkness?
Merely looking around right now. Merely looking around.
Why look when you can experience? Take a seat. We serve broken dreams and edibles.
Perhaps another time. I'll quickly.
We are always, as you walk away, he says, we are always here.
Good. Good to know.
Something odd about this place. That's basically what you get.
Yeah.
Something not on the level.
Okay.
That's what you get from the 5. Nothing concrete. Just a feeling something's not on the level.
Yeah.
Now you look around at the people here. How long do you stay there for?
Probably not long.
Okay.
Just yeah. No.
Okay. In the time you stay there, no one leaves. No one leaves.
And do people come in?
No.
Okay.
No one comes, no one goes. People drink, they enjoy, but no one leaves. And you just see, like, as you guys are walking around, the glinting eyes of the large fellow just kind of follow you around the room ever so. Not hostile, but just subtly, and you know he's there. He's not particularly hiding it.
Yeah.
But you just know he's watching you. Just that sixth sense that someone walked over your grave feeling of this strange fellow just watching you.
Don't feel particularly welcomed here.
It was a very strange place.
Quite.
Very odd. I wouldn't feel comfortable selling out of this place. Don't know about you, Merrick. Perhaps get rid of that manager
There'd
for
certainly have to be a management restructure.
So what's our next move then?
You say we need more supply?
I think we need to gear up, yeah.
I think that should be our priority.
Can I do a gather information roll?
Certainly.
In our territory to see who would be open to a big deal?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, just generally, like, you know, who's... I know it's Barjo's obviously got a corner in the district at the minute.
Yeah, he's cornering Crow's Foot quite well.
The way I would do that
Yeah.
is probably... It's probably better you doing it, actually, Merrick. I was thinking like Consort or Resolve is more of your street.
Ask a question, make a fortune roll, like an action roll or fortune roll. I will give you honest answers with a level of detail according to the effect level.
So I say we just like ask about like general people who come and go. See, you know, because it's our clientele basically. At the end of the day, it's people who use drugs. They tell them like, you perhaps even in other districts, like who's running the places over there? Are they gearing up? Like, is there any recall? Like people coming from further away to use recall, like perhaps from different areas of the city. Perhaps we could find that out by talking to them. So if people are coming from further away from the city, we could go talk to a person who operates in that part of the city and say there's demand for it, basically, something like that. So basically, talk to our clientele and see where they're coming from, like a survey, sorry. A
literal survey.
a literal survey, but not using survey, using console.
So what's the object here? The objective, sorry.
To find out whether there's an area where people are coming from to Crow's Foot. So, like, say people are coming from further afield to come here, so we can see who operates in that area and perhaps propose a deal to them because people are coming from that area and basically say there's demand for it.
Look for opportunity.
Opportunity, yeah.
Okay, cool.
We're doing market research.
Doing some market
Literal,
research.
that's perfect. I understand. Yeah, okay, cool.
But yeah.
I'll
I think it's best if you do it. Like,
I'll just go around like while the regulars are using just with a clipboard and pen. It's like,
they're zoned out.
Where do you come from today?
Yeah.
Tick the box. Yeah. What have you come for? Are you here for business or leisure?
yeah.
This sounds more like a command, actually.
We're getting like metrics on like what age you use recall, what age you use spark.
Oh, yeah. How would you describe yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Modern day problems require modern day solutions.
So, what action are you taking?
I think you should do a consort.
I guess it's consort.
Because you're not actually doing that, are you? Or do you want to do that?
What?
Go around with a clipboard and ask them.
I
thought you were going to be more like sit down with them and go, so where are you from today? What's it like over there? It's that sort of thing. I don't know. It's up to you, Dan. I mean, if anyone's going to talk to anyone, then it should be you, not Thaddeus.
Yeah, that's true. Merrick would know better ways to get information out to people than to go around with clipboard.
You can have your clipboard like behind a desk.
That's my doctor's disguise.
Yeah.
Pull it out. And would you say that you're? I guess.
Even at the Centurilia Club, if you ask around there, see if anyone's got any parties you could try and get invited to. Whether they have any I don't know. Yeah. But we'll start with our own.
Start with the regulars. Start with clientele. Consort.
Which one is certainly?
Position.
There isn't one for a roll.
Let's gather information, isn't it?
Yeah, you tell me what you do when you do it.
Okay.
Depends on your roll.
Just ask people.
Ooh,
4 is a standard effect. 4 is a standard. Where do you ask? Your regulars or Centurilia Club?
Regulars.
Regulars. The Crow's Foot.
That's our area.
Oh, that is that's for the rolls.
We have to do regulars.
You have to do regulars. So,
as the Silken Noose is being rebuilt around us.
Yeah. So if you can just start a clock, please. We'll call it 4 ticks. Just I don't know what you call it. Reopen Silken Noose. That it's 0 currently. Just something to be aware of.
Okay.
So, what opportunities are they in the local area? Okay, yeah.
I like the sound of this.
I don't like the sound. I might do.
You first few trying to talk to drug addicts while they're in the midst of their pleasure is not the easiest thing. You know, when they're talking to you, they're like, "You're such a good man. Like, you give me things, experiences no one else does. I can't even leave this city, but
we believe in altruism.
When I come here, I can just be free, man."
Apart from you have to pay for it.
You're doing God's work.
We accept any donations. Tips are greatly appreciated.
It's like, you want to know everything's an opportunity if you think about it in the right way.
God.
So
Good job that he's in that.
Merrick's language.
Speak, and then sifting through like, yes, everything is. Do you know of any? Like, so sifting through all that kind of, yeah, man, oh man, just. Do you see those colours? And you're like, that's just a plain wall. What you hear a couple of times.
After that, I learned to ask them before they've taken the drug.
Is
on the door.
That a series of Leviathan Hunter crew members have been around the docks and Crow's Foot, asking. He's like, you're not seeing those dockers, man. They're like, just off the boat, and
Yes, that's where dockers
they
go.
were, looking for a good time.
To be honest, that's where we started selling a little bit, didn't we?
You did. And you hear that from several people, that what kind of Merrick, using his scoundrel brain and his connections and his quick wit, and realise that it seems to be the same group of sailors are asking for various products.
Okay.
Same group. You want to score, you want to sail. That's the first thing.
Okay.
The second thing you kind of discover is the ship is only recently docked, and that it's quite an infamous captain. That's about all you get.
Okay.
Not a Reuven by any chance.
No.
Mm.
No, not really. No.
Well, I think we have our target.
Yeah. Yes. We go down to the docks.
Do you know what they've been asking for?
I've been asking for a lot of different things.
We have a lot of different things.
Almost
Perfect.
as if they were sampling everything that was to offer.
They're hardcore, these Leviathan Hunters.
They are hardcore. They are very hardcore. You ain't hardcore unless you live hardcore.
That's true.
Cocktail of drugs.
Apparently, the captain comes from Tycheros, depending on how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Which is a semi-mythical, semi-legendary place. Half the people don't even believe it's real. But there is a railway that goes out of North Hook, Doskvol, past the sea, that apparently goes there. Because everyone's like, well, where else does it go?
Right, okay.
And some of the Leviathan Hunters say they've been there, but it's a bit like, not like Atlantis, but one of those islands, that people like don't half believe, half don't.
Right.
Apparently either from Tycheros. Depending on where you are in Doskvol, people pronounce it differently. Tycher or Tycher. That's all you kind of get from the standard effect. Same group of people, looking for all kinds. Recent ship dock, infamous Leviathan Hunter captain.
Let's go down to dock.
Should we go down, set up shop at the dock at one of our carriages?
Yeah.
But they're looking for all kinds of different products.
Yeah.
What if we take the recall and just have different brands of it? All the same recall, but just this one's got this name, this different batches.
Have you ever seen American Gods? You've seen it. There's a wonderful, wonderful bit of clip in there. Just indulge me a moment, because you've just done an amazing scene where he's called Mr. World. So it's the personification of gods, right? And Mr. World is basically the world, the bottom of the world. And he has this. It seems like he's talking about completely unrelated stuff, but he's having an event and he goes, they can buy chunky or they can buy smooth, but it's fucking salsa. And he's basically saying the choice is an illusion, right? It's all the same fucking product.
Yeah.
We're just branded differently, Yeah, Mr. World. Mr. World, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. World.
Just Mr. World everything.
Yeah. Let's do it.
It's all recall. This one's pink, this one's purple, but it's fucking
recall.
recall.
Make the smoke different colours.
Yeah, make the smoke different colours.
It's about the sale, the brand, right?
Yeah.
Product.
We'll put a little bit of bad trip in there for like one.
I'll put like some sequins on one of the machines. About this machine's got like does it differently.
Look at the sequence. You'll feel totally different.
I say we at least go there and see what they have to offer, and we might get a score out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take our carriage down to the docks.
Okay.
Start asking around.
Okay. What do you ask around?
Well, we know it's a Leviathan ship which is recently docked, so obviously we can have a look at the record and see which ships have or which Leviathan ships have recently docked, and start trying to spy out some potential customers around there.
Yeah. Okay. So, the one you find out who it is relatively easily, the most recent docked ship, and you ask them to touch us. It's the Imbolc.
Imbolc.
Imbolc. IMBOLC, the Imbolc.
Okay.
And it's huge. It's a big old iron thing. Really big. Bigger than your father's. Like a miniature city. Floating fortress. See it? Big, nasty looking bear prow. Like it could ram or destroy, like almost like a ship, like a knife, a long blade, massive smokestacks, belching out smoke into the night sky.
All Merrick sees is big ship equals big crew equals lots of opportunity.
Big pay. All big. I love it. The bigger the better. The bigger the better.
Bigger the better. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll spy out the ship.
Yeah.
We'll see if there's any coming and going from the ship, I suppose. Like, is it like shore leave for them at the minute? Oh, right. Is there anyone coming out of the ship, in and out?
What time did you go there?
I don't know. During the day, 12 o'clock.
Midday-ish, yeah.
Midday-ish, okay, yeah. And the gangplank's down.
Okay.
Except it's not really a gangplank. It doesn't sound like it's a little wooden plank. This is a ladder. Like, sorry, a set of stairs that like been put up beside of it. This thing is an iron giant. You know, you see the massive rivets that are like that big, bolted onto the side or down it. There is no ostentation. There is no decoration. This thing is built to cut through the waves of the void sea and to hunt motherfucking demons, and this ship is built for that purpose. It looks built for that purpose, and you can tell it's not just looks. It is what it is. You don't see anyone coming or going. You don't see any guards on site, but the set of stairs is down, and you could just walk onto it. As you look at the top, you see vicious-looking ballistas with huge harpoon-like arrows. You can see the ropes and the steel rods and the icons where they'll lash it to the Leviathan, bring it in close as they can, and then you know from your father's background, start hacking away to get the blood before making their escape.
What do you think we should do? Go on the ship.
You could just walk on from the looks of it.
So tempting. We need to find them, whether they're on shore or on the ship.
Yeah, probably just go to some local
taverns. Is
local taverns. Yeah, and ask around and see if there's any anyone from that Leviathan ship which has just landed, because we hear they've got the best stories or something bullshit like that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you can guess you're just going to the nearest tavern.
Yeah.
Cool. So the nearest tavern it's in the docks. It is the King's Head. Classic. The King's Head, and it's got a sign outside, swaying in the wind.
Is there a king in Doskvol?
There is. There's an immortal emperor. There used to be a king. The last king, you're like this, it was the king and queen of Scotland.
I don't like that.
No. Dead. Because this symbol
Have they got his head?
looks like it. It's a severed head.
Ah, right.
It's a stylized severed head, like cartoon stylized, with big X's for eyes.
Is it a Scov head?
Can't tell, but it's a king with a crown, a little bit of blood. It's like
I guess that's the kind of implication, is it?
yeah. It's on the docks where a lot of the ships sort of come and gone.
I'll just look up at it and just like roll my eyes and go, "Your kind of place."
Stylized severed crowned head with X's for eyes. As you walk in, the place is a fucking ruin. You see a couple of the bar girls sweeping up glass. You see a couple of carpenters fixing tables. Because you're in there midday, right?
Yeah. We'll wait until night.
Okay, you just walk in, just walk straight back out.
Yeah.
Okay, walk straight back out.
Is it,
I guess we could ask him like, oh, what happened in here?
Is this?
So you walk straight back in.
Yeah.
Is this fairly typical for like Leviathan Hunter crews?
No, not particularly. Fighting is, but of this, like a destruction of this amount, no. And this is the first inn or tavern, sorry, because inn's where you stay, tavern's where you drink. The first tavern off this ship. So if you're coming off the ship and you go for your first drink, this is where you go.
Yeah. What happened in here?
Who are you asking that to? You see a couple of bar girls cleaned up. You see a carpenter.
Bar girls.
Bar girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them turns around, mousy looking thing, kind of mousy, like dark brown hair, pretty nondescript. No standout features per se. She looks nice enough. Probably early 20s.
Okay.
It's like, what do you mean? What happened to you? Can't you see? It's a mess, isn't it?
Does this happen every night?
Well, not this bad.
Well, who did it?
It's that fucking crew. Not coming back in here. You from them? If you are, you can get out now.
Do I look like I'm a Leviathan hunter? Come on, love.
Well, they all come in shapes and sizes, don't they? Even skinny lot like you.
Skinny?
And the guy, carving the table, just like...
They're not usually...
Away.
They're not usually like that, are they?
Well, no, they're not, but these aren't unusual crew. They come in, start a drink, and next thing you know, everyone's having a good time. Place gets smashed up.
Drugs?
I don't know.
Oh, you should. Keep your eyes open next time.
Look, do you want to drink? Great, because we're not even open right now.
No.
Come back tonight.
Thank you. I will.
Yeah. Don't forget to tip.
I'll leave.
She goes back, speaking of the glass.
Looks like they've left a trail of destruction, Merrick.
And a few pissed off people behind.
Well, they'll be on to the next one tonight, I would say. So that's probably our best place to wait for them.
Yep. I'd say we come back at the Well, when does it open?
Yeah, in the evening.
In the evening.
Most taverns kind of open around like 7 p.m. They're open from like 4. Well, they're open basically 24/7. Most of the taverns, right? Kind of like midday to to whatever time. But you can kind of go a little bit earlier. They start to get busy around the 5-6 mark. Once the blind hour hits, it's after the blind hour. That's 6-7 p.m. That's when it starts getting busy. You get the few people who are going early. No one really goes in during the blind hour. Blind hour clears. The mist clears for the evening. Or, the street, not all the mist, but most of the mist clears, and then people go in.
I think we should come back just after the blind hour.
Blind hour's cold, it's wet, it's murky usually. People sit inside, they get back from work and have something to eat for an hour.
Can I...
Missed hour, of course, when the scoundrels prowl for the hour, so...
What I'm thinking is...
so as you stand there discussing...
Did we hear anything else about the captain? Just that he was...
Ask around if you want.
What did he say? What did the drugged up person say? They said he was something or...
It was Taichirosi.
Didn't give you a gender.
No. Or
They were Taichirosi.
They.
Do you think he likes his crew, like doing all these drugs and hooking up the places? Like perhaps we could talk to him and then basically get all these sailors on a bad trip, and maybe get payment out of it. But I guess that wouldn't really give our drug a good name if we did that. I don't know.
Given how close knit the Leviathan Hunter tech crews tend to be,
Yeah.
I could imagine they let things like that slide and just be like, he probably
doesn't
did
really
as
know.
well. I don't know.
Right. Okay.
I'm just kind of Merrick's kind of talking based off his experience of the Leviathan Hunter crews with his father.
They are very tight knit. Yeah, you literally face demons together. You are tight knit. More so probably than the military. It's a very unique brotherhood, the Leviathan Hunters.
I'll ask at the
sisterhood.
The second bar along.
Yeah.
I'll go to.
This one is the fish and line, I believe. Hook and line.
The hook and line. Yeah. I'll go in and we'll go in a bit earlier before the evening rush, and I'll talk to the barkeeper.
So get in before the blind hour.
Before the blind hour. I'm gonna see if he knows anything about the captain of the ship. I suppose.
Of the Imbok.
Yeah.
You see the bartender's he's got his sleeves rolled up, a few kind of like badly done tattoos that have kind of gone green with age. Hasn't really looked after them. He's got a bit of a shaved, like half kind of goatee thing going on, but he's not really shaved the sides in a couple of days. He's half balding. It's like black and white, like in the sort of salt and pepper kind of style, but it's mostly dark still. He's just got a little couple of streaks here, kind of roughly brushed to one side, like he ran his fingers through it, but he's not really, it's not really tamed well. And he sits there leaning over. He's quite wiry, well built. You can see at some point in his life, like he probably walked around here, and he's got the muscle of someone who spent many, many years in physical labour. Right. Even if he currently doesn't do it anymore, he's got that base level. And he's just over his typical kind of dirty work shirt. He's got a clean apron at least. And he sits there having a drink. He's drinking himself with the people talking away. As you guys come in, he starts talking to you new fellas, happy to chat. That's what he does. He welcomes people in. So he sits there in the bar leaning and he goes, "Well, dying bloke." Yeah, apparently that's a Titarosi captain.
I've heard it was from Titaros. You got a name?
Well, as far as you can ever have the name of a Titarosi, yeah. Surox the Craven.
I'm sure he doesn't like being called a Craven.
That's his name. It's all it's the naming customs, isn't it?
An easier man.
You'll know this now. This is something you guys would know. You more than most, Merrick. Titarosi names are a bit unique compared to most. So each culture's got its own naming customs. Typical Acrosium is you'll give a name, and then your surname is either your trade or location. So Smith, was you were a Smith, so on and so forth, right? If you like, other examples would be gold. You probably dealt with money. Rexwood, probably from the area, something like that, so on and so forth. Titaros have two unique things. The first name they go by is just a name. They don't have a surname, they just have a name. Yeah. Apparently every name is unique. Apparently no two people from Titaros will have the same name ever. So you get these weird and wonderful names with all these vowels, letters. They're trying to keep them quite small, relatively 1 or 2 syllables where possible. But you've not heard of people have 3, 4, 5. Okay. But they try and keep it low. The surname, where they truly differentiate, is they are given a title. The title in no way, in their culture, reflects on them or what they were. Some other examples are the vengeful, the dreadful, the weeping, the screeching, the lamenting, the blind, the haunted, the enraged, and so on and so forth. Right. So you have these names, and it's such something, the something. And that's it. That's their name and customs. Okay. Of course, people from outside Titaros don't really believe that. And when someone's called the craving or the lamenting, it's like
the craving.
No, that's one example. This person's called the craven. Yeah. Like you're a craven person. So Surox the Craven is what it's called. But they tend to go by the first names and the first name only. They don't really consider it a first name. To them, it's just their name. It's both their first and last name. I am Surox. Other examples are you are Trazon, you are Pamnix. That is it, straight up. Mm-hmm. And they've also got weird features. They always have something unique about them, apparently. Right. So he sits there and goes, well, that's what they call themselves, isn't it? Weird people. Weird people.
Very true.
They all from Titaros?
The crew? No, I don't think so. It's hard to tell, though. You never know.
Quite.
But, no, look like quite the mix, You had some fair folk, some dark folk, some men, some women. Real mix.
Have you seen the captain?
No.
You don't know what he looks like?
No idea. Been in port a couple of days and no one's seen a hide nor a hair of him.
Have you had any trouble?
Me, no, but I'm serving them tonight. I heard what happened in the King's Head. Ain't no trouble happening here tonight. And you can see at the doorway now, there's a couple of large fellas playing cards. Yeah. Look like he's hired some security. They're sitting there like, if you got in before it's busy, they're sitting in the door, they're having a couple of drinks, but sipping them, just playing cards before probably the shift begins in a couple of hours. You kind of stand there, your feet in the sawdust floor for soaking up all the spilt booze in the docks. Anything else you wish to inquire of the gentleman?
I don't think anything I was to inquire, but I think if nobody's seen this captain, maybe going onto the ship is to see him might be an idea.
It could be. Yeah. I mean, you've got an in at least. Being the son of a Leviathan hunter. As you've got a connection or a reason to be there.
I was thinking how disappointed my father would be if he found out I was thinking about selling drugs to a fellow Leviathan captain. If we could set up a distribution network there.
Make a fortune roll, one of these. 1 dice fortune roll.
I'll do it. Yo! I won!
Oh my god!
I've got a
You've not really heard much of Surox the Craven, because they are quite an infamous person. You've briefly heard the name, but you never really paid much interest to that side of it.
No.
At least what I was outside your family. You had your own things to do, your own people to scam.
I switch off when my father talks about work, just like I switch off when Thadeus talks about the military.
I guess in the time before the crew shows up, we can go into the ship and perhaps just basically request a meeting with him.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that.
Okay. So you go into the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a little break there
Okay.
before we hit the engagement roll.
Okay, it is an engagement.
It's going to be an engagement roll. Certainly walking onto a Leviathan ship with the intent to sell drugs to the captain.
Yeah, probably.
You know, to be fair, he's been sending his guys out, or she's been sending the guys out, or they've been sending their guys out.
It could be a dog.
Yeah.
Or it's
be
been sending
could be a
its
dog.
guys out.
It's been sending its guys out, certainly.
I don't know. Cover all our bases here.
It's an AI-based thinking machine robot with like cogs, and you put a punch card in and it spits out an answer. It could be a captain. It's a big ship.
I've heard weird things about Tycheros, okay?
Surox the robot.
We can to break?
Yeah, so we're back in there about, I would say 10 minutes, guys, but because it's not live, it'll just be instant when you watch
1 second. No, less than a second.
So we'll catch you in a minute, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break. Get a drink, get some water, come right back for the engagement roll and tonight's score.
Cool.